Hello, Internet. Welcome to the Sovereign Podcast of Pat. I'm your host, Supremo Generalissimo Pat. These are my acolytes here with me today. I have Governor Noah of Noavania by my side here. Say hello, Noah.
Hey, Internet. What's up?
We have Hand of the King, Rain, here today.
Hi.
And we have an outsider today, Kennedy, who will soon be inducted into the ranks of the Sovereign Republic of Pat.
What's good?
What's good? So, that's not racist. Okay, anyway, I'd like to mention that in the last episode we had said that Noah was eaten by velociraptors and we wouldn't see him for a while. But fortunately, our laboratories here at the SRP Investigative Chemistry thing, Bob Laboratories, whatever. I forgot that they do science stuff. I don't even know, but they're able to reconstitute the feces out of the velociraptor, and now he's a head in a jar, which is kind of disappointing because he can't do my will and bidding now. But I mean, he's still affected for entertainment.
Well, it's not so bad being a head in a jar.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty all right.
And he makes a really good paperweight.
Yeah.
Last time we had Governor Amon here,
It's really
but unfortunately he's not able to make it back tonight. Unfortunately, he got some unforeseeable pictures of Mitt Romney that nobody was meant to see, and unfortunately he has turned to stone after seeing these, and we're still having trouble reconstituting his body, and I'm paralyzing him. So, for the remainder of the time, we'll be working on that. So anyway, let's move to the topic of today. Ebola. Truth or real? Alright, so in case you've been living under a rock for the last several months, there's an outbreak of Ebola going on in foreign countries right now, such as Liberia and
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone.
And I think Ivory Coast has it too.
Ivory Coast? Okay.
Cote d'Ivoire.
And it moved to the U.S. Now, in case you're an illiterate Twitter user, no, Ebola is not the president of Africa. And
Really? This you tell me now? Okay.
yes, for your information, Ebola is not the president of Africa. Africa doesn't have a president. Do you want to know why? It's a continent.
Yeah. So Asia has a president, and it's a continent.
Oh, really? Who's
one?
Asia's president? Who is
Putin or Kim or not Kim Il Sung?
Bruce
Never
Lee,
mind.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee, the president of Asia?
Why
Everyone
was-
knows this, Patrick.
Why was Kim Il Sung the first one my brain jumps to?
Didn't you
I don't know.
sleep
He's been dead for years.
I know.
So, anyway, there's just sort of been this mysticism going on lately about the Ebola virus. People are either saying, oh, it's not a big deal, it's not going to affect us, but some people are just absolutely freaking out about this issue. Like, they cannot...
swine flu.
Yeah, kind of like how swine flu was, except
You just kinda
it's
lost
not
it.
really a big deal like swine flu was, because it's not as contagious. Well, I mean, it wasn't very deadly. It was just like kind of a strong flu, you know?
Yeah.
And people are some people, like, haven't really heard a lot about the Ebola virus, and they think it's sort of like a swine flu situation. Like, people just say, like, oh, the Ebola virus, it's not that big of a deal when people spread it. I mean, they'll just catch it, and they'll be in bed for a couple weeks, just... But really, like, in reality, the actual Ebola virus, it's not like a flu, it's literally, you're bleeding
Patrick,
out of every... What?
I'd like to point out that no one thinks Ebola will put you in bed for a few weeks. Everyone knows it'll kill you.
Well, I mean,
The thing
plenty
is
of people...
that-
I'm talking about illiterate people who have no idea what this is.
No, see, the
I
thing
think
about
we've
Ebola
done-
is that it's from Africa. And like most things that are from Africa and of African descendants, white people are very afraid of it.
True statement, true statement.
That's racist.
That's
Shut up. Did
racist!
someone say Africa?
Shame on you, but you can get away with it because you're black.
Oh, yeah, you feel that.
Right.
Did you notice he called you an outsider?
Well, it's because he's not a part of the
Good job.
country. I'll have you know.
So now you're calling
I'm not racist. I hate everybody
So now
in
you're
an
calling-
equal manner.
So now you won't let
Except
me
for
into
me.
your country.
I'm letting you into my country.
White people. Oh God.
I said, get back here. Stop being unreasonable.
Just like you.
So, anyway,
Are we gonna get in trouble
in trouble?
for being racist?
This
Oh,
isn't
this is the
racism.
Oh no! What if
This
the
is-
internet?
isn't racism.
This is YouTube.
What if we
Everyone's
get in?
racist on
Oh,
YouTube.
but we could get in trouble with the internet police.
Oh man, dude, I don't want to get pulled over by the Google police, man. Like
yeah.
last time they
I
came
did
by me.
that,
I mean,
yeah.
like,
This is YouTube. Everyone's racist.
I'll have you know. Do you want to know why I'm pulling you over today, sir? No, I have no idea, sir. You said a mean comment to horselover69@gmail.com. You said on the day of May 11th, 2013, you said, quote unquote, "Your picture sucks. It looks like his face has a butt crack." You do realize that's offensive to people who have butt cracks for faces, sir. Do you realize this? Do you realize the awful ramifications you have brought upon yourself? I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. I have a wife and kids. No, you're going to jail. Going to internet jail for this. This is insolence. So anyway, moving back to the topic at hand.
No, we're not.
What?
I said no, we're not.
Well, yeah. To be honest, this is. We're not even going to like. Last time it worked because we were doing an actual like reading presentation of somebody else's works. But in this episode, we're discussing a topic which will probably bring us to a wild tangent. But that's okay
It already has.
because as long as it's entertaining, it
already got knocked
out.
should work, right?
well, you
already
were saying something about
Heavily off topic. What?
You were saying something about illiterate
Twitter
Tumblr people
user.
who don't
Twitter.
Twitter
Tumblr.
people, but I mean, Tumblr users are also
Even worse.
illiterate, and probably even worse. Like,
Probably.
How,
There's
how
no
do
doubt
they use
about it.
Tumblr? Do they just like headbutt the keyboard and
Pretty much. That's how it seems.
basically, it's just like if
yes,
you
that
have
was
it.
meant to be offensive.
It's basically a bunch of people making up reasons to be offended. It's entirely what Tumblr's about.
Isn't that
Most
how
of you are
the
okay,
entire
but the
world is
minority
about?
of you make it.
Well, I mean, that's
hate
not
you,
how it
so.
has to be.
well, like
that's how it
sometimes
is.
somebody has a good reason to be offended in real life.
It's like, let's say that let's. I gotta come up with a good example that
Let's
would
not say
constitute
anything. That
somebody
could be
getting
construed
offended
as
for no
rape.
reason just because they wanted to get offended. Like,
The movie White Chicks.
oh yeah, the movie White Chicks.
I am highly
It's like, I am
offended by
highly
that. I'm
offended.
being repressed.
I am being oppressed because somebody has made satire based around a particular denomination of class and race. But usually it's not like that because like the majority of Tumblr users are just like
I wouldn't say the majority. I'd say the vocal minority.
the vocal minority
The people
of
that shout
Tumblr
the
users
loudest.
believe that white people shouldn't have an opinion because they're the majority.
and
and sort
that
of-
is correct.
Yeah, that's sort of yeah.
Not saying that thought is correct. But
That's
I'm saying
kind
that's
of-
how it is.
That's literally the definition of oppression, and essentially
They don't
you're
seem to realize
you're
It's
trying.
racism in and of itself.
Yeah,
right?
and
Yeah.
you're trying to promote like oppression is bad. You shouldn't oppress, but you don't even know what oppression is.
The sooner we stop labeling things, the better
Like-
everything will be. Which brings us back to Ebola. It isn't just Africa's problem; it's everyone's
Anymore.
problem.
It's everyone's
Wow.
problem, and I don't understand why the U.S. is making such a big deal
It's
about
actually
the
a lot
Ebola
harder
virus.
to catch than people.
Well,
Ugh.
Yeah, people think it's like
Yeah.
airborne and can
It's
be
not like- it's
transmitted
not
through
like-
water.
It's
Yeah,
not
but
like
like
a common
you have
cold
to.
when you can just get it from just going outside.
But at the same time, you
Yeah,
can
take
get it just by somebody sneezing on you, or some people say sweat even. But
Actually,
I mean, if
Yeah,
you're
I like
sweating blood, that
contaminated
would make
blood.
sense.
no, I
I
think
mean,
you have
some
to be
people
specific
say-
symptoms. Like,
some
there's
people
specific
say that
symptoms.
it can be transmitted through sweat, and some sources say the opposite. So I don't really know.
Well,
But you have to
yeah.
have
but
specific
I'd
symptoms, I
still
think.
say, like, yeah.
Like, I think to actually, like, to be in the situation to transmit it, you have to have, like, your eyes will be watering. You have a really high fever. Odds are, whenever it gets transmitted from person to person, they're probably in the hospital. And the only reason so many common people got it in Africa in the first place was because there were people who had no access to hospitals. So it was in the home, and so it would cause a lot of people to get it all at once.
And now we're working.
But instead of quoting me on that, we're going to ask my good friend the internet.
Okay, fine. You go look that up.
Isn't
Sure.
it usually
But, like,
people's whole family?
Come on, dude. I got
somebody
a
with Ebola?
torch tab pulled up there. You can just use that, or nah. Okay. Yeah. Please don't look at my Facebook and stuff. But like, stop that. Stop that. Stop that right now.
Lisa Patrick
Yes, that's my title. It's better than.
likes BDSM. Okay.
So, guys, this is a hint.
No, go
Actually,
away.
he has told me.
So, guys, check out our Facebook. Hint. Also,
Go away.
remember to like,
Go away.
subscribe, comment, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter. Am I missing anything?
Right? What?
I was telling everybody that they needed to check out our Facebook.
Well,
Also, remember to like, subscribe, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter.
we don't self-advertise. Yes, we do. Okay.
Yeah, we would never tell somebody to.
I'm
personally.
definitely not like whoring.
Yeah.
So
Nope. What's that? I don't even know what that
I
is.
don't even know. Like, what is?
But maybe
Like
if you
what?
like me 10 times, I'll find out.
So, anyway, let's move back.
I forget the podcast is only audio.
I doubt, like,
Shit.
people are thinking that this will be the downfall of humanity. Like, I've seen some threads all over everything, like Reddit,
Something awful.
something awful, stuff like that. Maybe, like, even Newgrounds forums, just like saying that, oh, the harvest begins. What? What do you mean I use Newgrounds? There's no shame in using Newgrounds.
It's so old.
It's old, but
Hey, everybody,
gold.
this guy uses Newgrounds.
Shut up.
So old.
No way. Stop making fun of me. Just because Newgrounds was created the same year I was born doesn't mean you have to oppress me. You're triggering my PTSD right now, you guys. What are you doing? That's another topic I want to talk about.
The word trigger.
Yeah, the word trigger
Is
and
my trigger.
and also like self-diagnosed PTSD. We're gonna talk about that later, but probably like either sometime
I'd say
this
that one's
episode or
iffy.
another episode.
So,
But anyway,
I'd say the thing about self-diagnosed PTSD is iffy.
well, I mean, there's people who just like parade around like, well, I mean, soldiers and combat and warfare, like World War II sort of PTSD. There's that, but I mean, like getting bullied
Vietnam.
on Twitter, that's like 10 times worse.
so guys, trigger warning. If you have violent seizures or
Stop
mental
saying trigger.
episodes-
That's my trigger.
Yeah, if
You're
have-
oppressing
If
her.
talking about trigger warnings is itself
You
a trigger
misogynist,
for you,
white,
then
cis,
great.
male,
You're
binary,
probably-
heterosexual, cis
You're
scum.
What
probably
are
a
we-
big wimp and you need to man up, grow a set, that kind of stuff.
Grow
So
a set.
anyways,
Yeah,
Like
you-
a
back to
TV set.
Ebola.
yes, you should grow a
Just grow
TV
up hair.
set hanging between your legs.
So anyways, back to the topic that we were originally supposed to be talking about before we went off on a really wild ass tangent.
Yes.
Ebola. According to the Center for Disease Control's website, even though I highly advocate not trusting the government
Why
for
did you go to
anything,
the CDC and not the WHO? The
Because-
World Health Organization.
I don't know. The government's
You-
probably lying to us about
Go
it.
to the WHO.
Okay, well, according to CDC, because I don't feel like listening and looking up crap anymore. So I was wrong. It can be transmitted in other situations. But it is not through food or water or air. It is only through,
blood transfusion, getting like
well, it's like
blood
through
and
body
stuff.
fluids and
Well, I
objects
mean,
like
blood's
syringes
an
and things
obvious
like that. So,
Don't let
Unless
anybody
you're-
with Ebola pee on you, basically.
which
Yeah,
is
basically.
ridiculous.
If
it's pretty much
someone-
transmitted
I know,
basically the
like,
exact same way
I don't want
AIDS is.
to disallow people from doing that, but I guess if I have to, I will.
It's basically transmitted the exact same
Sorry,
way AIDS is.
these times.
So if you've been able to go your entire life without, while dodging AIDS, then you can probably go your entire life
It's not
without
hard to
dodging
dodge
Ebola.
age when you're like him.
Go away. So anyway,
And by that I mean you don't shoot.
And odds are, if it kills you, you deserve it.
You don't.
right. So
I said you don't.
we currently have 2 Ebola patients in America right now,
Yep,
to
and
my
I'm
knowledge.
one of them.
and
And what?
Christ.
One death.
I don't think we have any deaths yet.
Okay, now there's
one
three.
guy
died this week.
Yeah.
I'm like, and just for the reference, now there's 3.
Wonderful. That's just great. Now, if anything kills us, like via the Ebola virus, it's going to be through the incompetence of medical workers. They send this man home through an airplane when he has a 103-degree fever. Now, I know it's probably not that much of a risk, but, like, for example, if he's got the rash and he's bleeding all over, and he just, like, feels the need to throw up all over somebody, that's... I mean...
It takes a 105 when you're...
It's not a private plane. He was sitting in coach.
I know, a private plane would be good.
It's not like it's spread through air or anything like that. I mean, as long as he kept his body fluids to himself, like... Unless the guy pissed all over the toilet seat or something like that, and then someone else came and subsequently sat on it, which actually is very easy to happen.
Yeah, that's like
so this guy has Ebola. Let's put him into a highly confined space with about 100 people in it.
Oh, and the latest news on the Ebola virus, I found this out yesterday, actually. There was this guy who was riding an airplane, and I don't know what he said. It was some joke about Ebola. I think he's like sneezed, and it got on this guy. He's like, dude, why'd you sneeze on me? He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I have Ebola. And then, like, some flight attendant overhears it, and they just, like, land and evacuate the plane. They got guys in hazmat suits coming there. It's like, woo, woo. It's literally... What?
So the World Health Organization says the exact same thing that CDC said.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good to double check.
Basically, as long as you're not sharing a bathroom sharing
I'm just
blood
going by what
having
Ebola
sex
told
with a person
me.
who has Ebola, probably not going to get Ebola.
That's another thing we should bring up, actually.
I cannot have sex with Ebola patients now.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't?
Thanks,
too bad.
Obama.
Basically, sorry.
Okay, well, I guess
It's
that brings it
transmitted
down to
pretty much
three
the
right then.
exact same way AIDS is transmitted.
And then some.
So like I said, if you can go your entire life while dodging AIDS, you can go your entire life while dodging Ebola.
Which, like I said, is not hard for
Probably
many
so.
people.
Yeah, exactly.
Generally, I think if you live in a first
Especially
world...
people of the
If you live in a first
neck-bearded
world country,
variety.
it's really not that difficult.
If you live in a first world country, you probably have, like, a very, like, small chance of getting Ebola. Now, if it's obviously less well controlled in third world countries, because people have to take care of each other because there are no nurses and no proper medical equipment, and it's going to spread. See what
You can't blame Amos.
I blame my dad.
You were right about the cat.
Yeah, I was right, and you're wrong.
Sorry, microphone.
I'm sorry. The microphone, I'm afraid, just got knocked over. Stop it! Stop that right now. You're damaging it.
The cat just sprinted through here. And
Yeah,
knocked over the
Just
I'm
caught
afraid
it
we're having
with
some
his tail.
technical difficulties. We just had a cat sprint through here and knock over the microphone.
With his tail.
Yet more evidence that cats are in fact Satan.
This is...
This is true.
But
And at the
we all
same
knew
time,
that
cats
already.
are the sweetest thing ever.
See, I knew when I
would
saw
not
running
trade
the
my
I
cats
think
for the world.
mankind needs to take this as an opportunity to re-examine our unholy union that we forged with cats.
It's evil.
See,
Absolutely terrible.
I knew when I saw him running, I should have just kicked him up into the air.
They'll just see you with those sweet, innocent eyes, but
So, anyway, there's a group of Ebola fanatics.
No!
What?
I hate you.
They're fanatics. They're fanatics.
Ebola
I hate
fanatics.
you.
Fanatics.
I had that halfway there.
Long story short, America, you don't have to worry about getting Ebola. And your
Unless
biggest
you meet
problem
me.
And so now your biggest problem is back to being what it was. Worrying about the Apple Store to get more iPhone 6s.
Right.
Hey, I hear you can bend them now.
I was
It's only
getting.
the 6 Plus.
They really let up my hopes too high. I went over to
I really wanted to do that when I went.
I went
to
over
the
to
AT&T store.
the Apple Store the other day because I heard they were having a promotional offer. I heard they were having a free. They were giving away a free bender unit with courtesy of Momco Robots for a free iPhone 6 they sold. Futurama jokes. But anyway, Ebola fanaticism. People.
But Apple has proven themselves to be the best.
Ebola Chen is my
the best
waifu.
at ripping off Samsung.
We need to end Ebola Chan, honestly. Like, this is so overhyped.
Ebola Chen is my
People
waifu.
are so excited because end of the world. It's just... Basically, people are just getting super excited about just...
Spreading the
What's-
word of
what's-
my mistress.
Yes, and like... What's a good word? Like, just the excitement, the of the anticipation of the apocalypse.
It's not even about that for me.
Well, I mean, I guess a good word would be like
just do anything for my babe.
doom porn. That's the best way to put it. It
seems like
apocalypse porn.
People
just
really
are just
cute,
really
so.
excited for the apocalypse. And I don't understand that because people really need to show a better appreciation for the betterment of our species. I mean,
I appreciate it a lot.
That'd be nice.
The way it is.
But see, my appreciation for the betterment of our species apparently is illegal because you can't test on people. So
What do you mean test on people?
You can't do human testing. So yeah, and you can't do that. So at this point, whatever. We're not gonna get too much farther because eventually we're gonna have to test on people, and when we can't do that, then we've kind of hit a wall.
What are we even talking about?
Test on we made it this far without having to cut people up. I don't really see
No, we
how
didn't, though. That's the thing.
I don't know.
We had
didn't-
autopsies.
Yeah, I know. I'm like that, and like back in the 1600s, Da Vinci would do that. He'd study people by finding cadavers that he wasn't really supposed to have, but he obtained them somehow.
That's cutting up dead people to help the living. So
Hey, Kennedy, can you make a time check real quick? Just see how long we've been running.
It is 7:51.
No, just go to the Audacity and just stupid dingus. All right. Well, I think we've made our point here pretty much.
Fourth wall gone.
Roughly 21 minutes, 30 seconds.
Roughly 21 minutes, 30 seconds. Okay,
Roughly
that's
21
good.
minutes, 30 seconds.
roughly 21 minutes 30 seconds.
Right. So
Roughly 21 minutes, 30 seconds.
it's just.
Roughly 21 minutes.
Why are we repeating this phrase?
Seconds!
Because it's been a roughly 21 minutes and 30 seconds.
Actually, 21 minutes and 50 now. But
21 minutes and
Here's
52.
2150.
Right.
21:52.
2150.
So all right. So I guess Ebola's kind of like gone off a tangent for now. I mean,
Clearly.
we kind of just
Tangents, like in geometry. No.
go away geometry.
See what happens
Like,
when you have four weird people in a room together?
Yeah,
see what
it's
happens?
awesome, isn't it? I love
and
it.
then just like there's caffeine.
Then there's a
caffeine
fifth one
and
just
it's
like
awful.
laughing his butt off over there. So.
Yeah, just right. So let's talk about sexism in video games. And this is a point I've been wanting to make for a while. I've always wanted to have a more outspoken opinion about this, about sexism
I just
in
like
video
to point
games.
out,
Yes?
if you're a Tumblr feminist, turn this off now.
Yeah, if you're a Tumblr feminist, what are you still doing here?
I
think-
kind of diss you guys early on.
Again,
anyways.
gotta specify, if you're a Tumblr rad fem, you need to get out.
Well, a quick point I want to
Regular,
make.
like, equality feminists, the good kind, you can stay.
There's-
Because, I mean, yeah.
Get that roach! Get that roach!
Oh
Okay, everybody just calm down. There's a roach in the studio. Please
Kill
calm
it.
down.
I don't want to knock the computer out.
Just no, just be calm.
My
It's
roach.
it's gone
What's
away.
up, Big Ellen?
Just calm down. Anyway,
That Roach is a radical Tumblr feminist.
he's trying to attack
no! An
us.
assassination
The
attempt.
roach is under the lamp. Whatever.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
just
whatever.
leave him.
He's
So
under the lamp.
I'm going to go ahead and make my
There's a
point
roach
real
under your
quick, which is that in recent years, feminism has taken a split for the worse, might add. But it may help the betterment of our society. There are now two major sects of feminism right now, and that's what do you go away? The two major sects of feminism right now are radical feminism and gender equality, and
Gender equality is what feminism once was, trying to
gender
get,
equality
like,
is what
voting rights and all
feminism-
that,
it's-
voting rights and equal pay and everything, which is totally right.
It's-
And then
it's-
there's the rad femmes who are like, women are better and we have to be treated as such, and oh my god, that guy looking at me is gonna rape me.
pronouns ze, zi, zo, zum.
Sure.
Zer. Z, zi, zo, zum. I smell
But those
meat,
aren't
some
the-
cis scum. Have you seen that new
You
South Park?
actually made that work.
Boom. Have you seen that South Park episode?
Nope.
The sissy?
The sissy. They came out
That
with a
just
new
came out.
South Park episode called.
People were asking how they felt about that on our Ask Transgender, because that was funny.
Well, I mean, I'd have to actually go and watch it first. I should.
Yeah, I know. People were talking about it. I didn't
I haven't
watch
seen it.
so-
I've just-
talked about it.
I just mentioned it to see if anybody's seen it yet.
I can look it up.
Anyway,
No, I can't.
let's just move on to what we were going to talk
No,
about.
I'm
So
like,
something.
wait,
Sexism is video games. All right.
Oh
Here's,
my God, Princess Zelda.
Okay. Let me just make a point here. Sexism in video games is dead. It's over. Go away. It's done for. And you want to know who ended it? Do you want to know who ended sexism in video games?
Sexism.
Tomb Raider?
Not Lara Croft. No, many
I'm like...
people say, "Oh, Lara Croft's the best under-sexualized character," or what's her name from The Last of Us?
Ellie.
Ellie from The Last of Us.
That's because she's 12, though. Girl. That's because, she's like 10 or 12 or something.
But wait,
I don't know how old she is.
Everybody be quiet. Let me make my point. All right, let me just say, Valve killed sexism in video games. And I congratulate. Okay,
awesome.
so let's just look at female protagonists in video games here. In Valve video games, particularly, which caused the trend
protagonists or
sidekicks, which are okay,
like Alex Vance. Is a good example.
Which really jump started the movement to
who was the player character
to not use women as sex objects in video games.
She was a girl too. But
wait. Let me
she
just
was being
explain.
tested on, so she was kind of trapped, being experimented on.
Okay, let me just... No. I'm going to explain this through a timeline, all right? We've got Half-Life 2, where you got Alex Vance. Alex Vance is slightly sexualized and still the sidekick, but she's still a major independent role. Well, she got a booty, though. But
yeah, I don't think that's sexualized, though, beyond normal.
It's not sexualized.
Beyonce got a booty.
She's an independent character, which is a bit stereotypical, but they're making a good movement for it.
Now, if you want to go to good examples of Overdone, you go to, like, if you want a good example of Overdone, you got games like Metroid Other M, and
I'm a strong female character, look at me.
Yeah, with the like unnecessary stripper heels and everything.
She like will wait
in that
lava
game
instead of not press the make me immune to lava button because daddy hasn't expressly told her to.
There it is. We're just gonna ignore it. All right,
obviously not. I mean, come on.
Excuse me,
calm down, Kennedy. All right. We're gonna call my studio manager here, Benjamin. Studio manager, just take this. No, Kennedy, sit down. We're gonna have the studio manager handle this.
Do not hit the computer.
Okay. What do you know? Okay.
No, wait. Let me see him. No, I wanted to eat him. I'm hungry. Careful.
Thank you. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna read something I was given by somebody in my house. Talking about booty like that is sexist. You're invalidating your statements. That's just my opinion of the character. If I find a character sexually attractive, that's not sexist. That's my opinion, and I'm not making a point.
Say someone is it sexist?
Except for games.
I draw back to my Beyonce example earlier. Beyonce got booty. I mean, that is.
But I mean, that face just.
But I mean, like, it's not sexist to say that.
Excuse me, sir. I think you would need
even
to
though
check
Beyonce
your
has booty,
privilege.
I respect her for her many other talents, such as her awesome singing voice, the fact that she probably has more money than Jay-Z.
And she's really pretty, too.
Hey, exactly. I'd like to wrap up my point, ladies and gentlemen, here. I'd like to do that, please.
Me, I
and cockroaches.
On a very interesting rant.
Oh my god, it's still moving. It's still moving.
Just calm down. Just everybody remain calm. I'm going to move on to the next point. All right.
Can I burn it?
No, that's never going to come out of the rug.
Next up in the timeline.
The hard wood.
All right. Let's just name some other Valve characters, for example. Here we've got
Rochelle.
Let's talk about Rochelle and Zoe.
She's shy.
Zoe, that's the other one.
She may not be a stereotype sexually, but she is a stereotype other ways.
She is stereotyped in other ways.
She's pretty.
They do it well.
Strong and brave, and
she's a very original character.
Crap, basically.
Yeah,
she's pretty but she still looks like a real
just the same cliche
instead of
independent attitude-filled black woman trope.
Yeah.
Well, now, if you want to talk about sexualized in the same game, you can look at things like the Spitter, but.
Well, I mean, those aren't characters. Those are zombies. They don't count.
Get it? It's a joke.
The spitter is totally not sexualized at all. The spitter is horrifying and ugly, and it just went right over your head.
I know. I got the joke. It wasn't funny, but I got the joke.
It totally was.
I'd like it if we could not get any more interruptions. I'm trying to prove my point, please. All right.
Prove your point.
All right. So I think Portal pretty much killed sexism in video games because we've got a female protagonist
and a female antagonist.
Well, both have conflicting
fembot,
characters. Well, I mean, she's a robot. But,
yeah, I know. I'm like fembot antagonist, but close enough.
One's a robot that wants to kill you, and one is just like, she's not, like, she's literally, like, the epitome of anti-sexualization. Like, she's got a prison jumpsuit on.
You can't actually see her anyways.
You can't see her at any time unless you like
steer
into the water or switch to third-person mode.
Yeah, third-person mode and through portals, you can see her, and you can see that she's really not pretty at all.
And she's got nappy
That's the thing,
hair.
she is very average-looking. She is like
pretty hot, but
that's Portal 2, thank you very much.
That's the only thing is legs, because she has legs because she jumps around so much.
I just came to a realization. We're talking about physical attributes of video game characters and trying to prove them as points. Which, thanks guys for bringing me onto that, but I'm going to make my point now. Thank you very much.
Saying for 5 minutes.
Yes. Well, I mean, it'd be nice if I could actually do it.
Well,
then
do it.
All right,
that'd be nice.
Make your point.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
you can if you want.
The protagonist never speaks. Literally mute. She has no personality. You can make it up on your own through the gameplay you make.
Now that companion cube, is fine.
And they shouldn't be allowed to talk.
But GLaDOS has a voice.
But that companion cube
How
is
can
fine.
voices be real if GLaDOS isn't real?
Maybe they're saying the woman should be turned
Loud
into a robot.
noises!
Did you ever think of that?
Unless to talk down to you. Unless to make you feel like trash. Make you feel like shit.
Alright, note to self. Don't bring 3 other people to podcast next time. This is creating some really dense arguments.
Now that companion cube has that booty.
Ooh, that booty.
Yeah, so the companion cube is literally a square. It killed sexism.
Her butt is pretty flat.
Yeah, because it's a cube.
She's
I
flat
don't
on
know.
6 sides.
I think
It's got those nice curves on the
sexist
edges,
and
though, you
racist.
notice? It's not just like corners, it's got those nice curves.
She's flat on.
Why are we talking about the companion cube's curves?
Because that's the best character in any game ever.
Patrick,
And her
That's
voice,
talking
too. Her
the
voice is
sexual
great.
attributes of video game characters, Patrick.
I think we were talking about the butts of
not
video game
characters,
characters.
a box.
Let's call this...
presumably metal box.
Okay, let me just make something... Let's just put something forward right now. This is going to be... This discussion we're having right now is a prequel for the next episode because we can't move a plot around at all with this because just... We're making no move. We're just being absurd right now. All of this is incredibly absurd, which, I mean, that's okay. It's certainly entertaining.
Ebola.
It's not good.
Ebola.
Ebola?
I think Ebola is sexist.
We've basically...
I think Ebola
because
is
it's
sexy.
I think that Ebola is offensive because I'll have you know that my grandmother was Ebola, and she had to escape from Ebola-stan to escape from the evil Ebola dictator Ebola-chan. They had to come into America.
She's just misunderstood.
And they had to escape to America in that one guy's face hole. They just climbed in that face hole, and it was really bloody and it sucked. And he had to move on to Dallas. And yeah, I'm not sure where I was going with that. Usually I make these jokes better, but I'm just really tired. What are you
We
doing?
warn you out.
Stop it. What are you doing?
You didn't even notice.
I did notice.
So
I
you
just
definitely noticed.
it took me a while to understand the ramifications of this. Yeah,
It's audio only. They can't see what I'm doing to the
I'm
microphone.
really glad this isn't video broadcast.
Oh no, that would be so much more fun.
No.
It would just be like neckbeard and maybe neck. Okay, I'm blind right now because I'm tired. So like neckbeardy sounding guy and neckbeardy sounding guy and definitely neckbeardy sounding guy.
Not a neckbeard.
I said
No
neckbeardy
way.
sounding guy. You have that one spot.
It's a mole. It's not a neckbeard.
It's like a spot
I
of a
shave
beard.
it. Anyway.
Like every other week.
Anyway,
The first official animal of the sovereignty of Pat is the mole.
right. So, oh my God. I'm gonna put that on the flag once I make a flag eventually.
A mole or naked mole rat?
Just a mole.
Star-nosed? Or other?
Maybe star-nosed. I don't know. Star-nosed would be
gotta
kind
be
of...
a
Doesn't
star-nosed.
matter. It's a mole.
It doesn't... Who cares? It's a mole.
You know,
Maybe
I
it
feel
can
like
just
I
be a
gotta
giant
take a
spot
shower
of
to
extra
wash the
pigment.
neckbeard off.
So, anyway, we've
Oh,
really
yours is removable.
Huh?
I said yours is removable.
a removable neckbeard. That'd be awful.
Detachable neckbeard.
So anyway, I think we're going to end this podcast.
I
soon,
think
but
this guy's
first-
the only one clean of all neckbeardness.
Well, yeah, that's because he's prepubescent,
And he's
but
not talking.
and he's
How old
not
is
talking
he?
or anything.
How old is he?
14.
But
But
That's
anyway,
not, no, that's
Go
not
away.
prepubescent.
But anyway, no, don't stop anything just yet, Kennedy. We have to induct you into the Sovereign Republic of Pat.
Yeah,
What
I don't
about
know where
me?
This is going.
You're the hand of the king. You
I know,
dingus.
but
You
nobody
don't get
ever
to be a
actually
governor.
said that.
You don't get to be the governor. I said it in the beginning.
I know, but
Well,
nobody
say-
ever actually
before
said
I'm
that
inducted-
before, did
before
they?
I'm inducted, I've been saving my fraternity hazing for college, so you better not do anything too frisky.
You've been studying your fraternity hazing. Can you scoot in just a little bit more? It's hard to hear you.
You too, you're not being very loud.
I'm being pretty loud. I
Just
mean,
look at those sound waves.
I can just up the gain a little bit. Don't worry. But anyway, so we're going to create a new province for you, sir. What would you like your province to be called? Think. You must come up with a name, or else I'll have to put down a name for you.
No. You're not doing that.
Because like I had to give Alan the name of Banana because he just couldn't make up his darn mind. So we're just gonna wait for you, man. Just
I propose Apple.
Apple.
No, I hate Apple and all of the products.
How about-
Except
What
for the
about
MacBook
Africa?
How
Plus.
about
We're talking about
Now, anyways.
apples in comparison to bananas.
Okay,
It's-
here we go.
how about other
How about
bananas?
oranges?
Okay, here we go.
Okay, just
How about a durian?
No,
A
it's-
tomato.
I think he's stating his province name. So
It'll be the
please.
first bodacious, bombastic, awesomeness province of Blackfrica, Kennedy Stan.
We're gonna have to
Bill.
write that down and condense it a little bit. We can make it.
Kenedistan.
We can make it like a principality or an emirate, like the Emirates of
The United Arab
Blackistan.
How about Blackfrica?
No, we should do it. I'm Blackistan.
Emirates. Yeah,
Blackistan.
I'm
I'm
Blackistan.
Blackistan
Blackistan.
because you're like the only
Blackistan.
black governor.
I'm the only black. Oh,
Congratulations.
So far.
So far.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could be the first black governor. You could be like
the
Barack.
first-
Barack
He was the
Obama-stan.
first- He's only half black, actually.
I'm Barakistan. Yeah, that's even better. That's a political reference
Barakistan.
and a joke.
Barakistan.
Except it's bad though.
Barack
Um,
Obama.
But it works.
So-
Shut up.
So are we just gonna like, for now, just go with I'm Blackistan? I guess.
Sure. Why not?
So
Subject to change later.
I job thee, Governor
Supreme Governor.
Kennedy Jimpei of I'm Blackistan, Earl of you got to be an Earl of a particular export. What do you export? What do you export, sir? What is your main export? Earl of.
I want to say cocaine.
Okay, sure. Earl of cocaine.
Why not?
Congratulations, you are the Earl of cocaine. Any questions?
Can be Earl of cocaine and rap music.
And Earl of cocaine and rap music. That's fine with me too. Except you only you only export one of those. I hope.
Why can't I export both of those?
Because I don't want you to export cocaine. I mean that's
You can export
Why
rap
not?
music that is heavily influenced by cocaine.
Like,
How about
loads
that?
of totally legitimate countries export cocaine. There's like North Korea and Mexico.
North
and-
Korea does meth, not coke.
yeah, they
No,
do
they
a
didn't.
lot of
And
that.
they don't export that. They just produce
I
it
thought meth
and use
was
it.
like a white trash trailer park thing.
That's
It's
like
sort of.
that's meth. If you want actual good clean methamphetamine, just go live in North Korea because they produce it by government there.
And
I
now
believe.
that our video is going to get taken down by the CIA, since you just endorsed
No,
going
it's
to go
not.
live in North
Everybody
Korea.
knows this, dude.
I know.
Everybody
I'm
knows
like
this.
that's common
North
knowledge.
Korea also counterfeits $100 bills, and nobody does as well as they do.
Right.
What are
So
you the Earl of? Know it?
I've just noticed.
I don't know.
Oh,
guys-
and by the way,
yes?
hey, we have to say rest in peace to our glorious leader Kim Jong Un. By the way, after
Rip-
that tragic car
okay.
We're
accident the
definitely
other
in this
day.
video. Definitely.
Right, Rip and Pepperoni.
I think I can hear a
Kim
Predator
Jong-un,
drone whizzing towards this house
You will
right
always
now.
be remembered. I'm afraid Kim
As
Jong Un
the-
got 360 quick scoped across
360 no scope.
360 quick scoped, like 420.
360 YOLO
He got
scope.
420 YOLO scoped across the shiggity diggity. So this concludes the podcast because we are way over time
and
we have
probably going to be arrested.
we've descended. We have descended beyond the point of chaos, discordance, and insanity. So, if you enjoyed this, which you probably didn't, like, comment, and
Like,
please subscribe.
Facebook, Twitter,
Please
Tumblr.
subscribe. Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr,
and more important,
MySpace, Reddit, Place Social Network here, CNN,
4chan.
The Onion,
4chan, Weebly,
Thingy,
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn,
Tumblr, maybe
World Star
Tumblr.
Hip Hop.
World Star Hip
World
Hop
Star.
Vine.
Don't forget InstaSnap.
And don't forget to subscribe, you cheeky scrub lords. Thank you. Have a nice night, everybody. I'm so tired. I can't do it anymore. I can't. I just can't.
You forgot MySpace for those few people who don't use it.
Please subscribe. Good night.